What is going on, guys? We are talking Civil War, or Captain America Civil War spoiler review. So welcome to Think About It Reviews, son. And there's nothing to think about. You must go watch this film. Now I'm just going to get right into it. I'm assuming you guys saw the film or you guys just want to be spoiled as shit. But the film comes out this week. I got to watch it a little bit early. So if you want to check it out, I can't wait to hear you guys' thoughts on the film. But let's get right into it, to the spoilers. So I'm just going to assume that you saw the film. I love Spider-Man so much in this film. I thought Spider-Man was awesome in this film. I thought Tom Holland, I thought the Russo brothers captured the spirit of Spider-Man, his just quirkiness, his talking shit while in battle. I mean, and he's a kid. He's a teenager. His Aunt May is hot as hell. She is fine. Melissa Tomei, oh my gosh, she's fine. Even Iron Man, or Tony's like, oh, hey, your aunt, she shouldn't even be that old. She is fine. Like, I'm just not playing. That interaction between Peter and Tony, that first time where, Black Widow's like, I know where I can get somebody, and like, Tony's like, oh yeah, I know where too. And he goes to Peter's home, which we finally meet Aunt May, who's Melissa Tomei. I'm so fine with her being Aunt May because everybody's right. Like, Aunt May's not supposed to be that old. If that was the case, then she probably would have been his mom or his grandmother, not his aunt. So Melissa Tomei as his aunt is fine. It's just interesting who Uncle Ben might have been. George Lopez. Not just kidding. But I did like, however, when Tony was there and Peter comes in the room, he's like, whoa, you're Tony. Like, it wasn't as like drooling over like Tony Stark as I thought it was going to be, but it was more like, oh shit, you're Tony, man. Like, oh man, dude, you're cool. You're awesome, man. And then that interaction between him and Tony in the room, like in this room, like, him showing all the things because he's been watching Spider-Man. He's been watching Peter for a long time. So of course he's going to recruit him to his team. That's his wild card basically. So I thought that whole scene was hilarious, especially when he's like, oh, what do they call you? What? Man Spider, Spider Boy. Peter's like, no, Spider-Man. He's like, oh, when those onesies, like, oh my god, the interaction between Tony and Peter was everything you wanted. Everything you wanted. And then later on in the film, the interaction between Peter and Cap was really great as well. I love when Cap's like, kid, where you from? And Peter's like, oh, I'm from Queens. And then Cap just smirks like, from Brooklyn. Like, oh my god, that was so awesome. So let's get into the action sequences, because if you guys want to check out my regular review, I'll have the link down below. My regular review just really covers like definitely the film overall and how it looked and how it was. And I stated that the action was fantastic in this film, especially when the Avengers are Team Tony and Team Cap are fighting within each other. Was really, really cool. I liked how Vision, I like the Vision and Scarlet Witch relationship. I didn't think I was going to like it as much, but I really like it. I thought it would have been kind of crazy if Cap really liked Scarlet Witch, other than, them going to Scarlet Witch and Vision route, because I thought that would have been cool. Let's see, just like a little bit more interesting. If they want to play with romances, I mean, they already have Black Widow with Hulk and stuff. I really liked Vision and Black and Scarlet Witch's interaction. I liked how they had the fight amongst each other. It made sense. A lot of the stuff makes sense. I'll get to that. I'll get to the villain in a minute. But I really did like the fight between. I loved Black Panther fighting against Sebastian Stan's Winter Soldier. That was great. I loved Falcon in here. Falcon fighting with Rhodey, War Machine, and Iron Man. Because hey, Cap's got some wings too, and that's the Falcon, son. Ant-Man was funny as hell. He was awesome. And when he went into Giant Man, I was like, okay, Giant Man, that's cool. Probably because I was spoiled, because James, you spoiled it for me for a little bit with the pop. But Giant Man was cool. I really did like when he shrunk though, and he was on of course, Hawkeye. Hawkeye comes back, and he's once again witty and funny, and he's the most realistic character among them all that we could relate to. He's like, oh damn, I was supposed to take my kids out into vacation, but I'm unretired right now. Like, I really like Hawkeye, Jeremy Renner's Hawkeye now, other than the first Avengers. I think he's just progressed throughout. But I really loved when Ant-Man was inside Tony's suit, and he's just like running like a motherfucker. I really liked when the Vision went through him, and he's like, oh, God, went into me like it was so a lot of humor in here that was so funny, especially from Spider-Man when he was fighting with freaking Winter Soldier and Falcon. That was awesome, especially using his webbing. I really love the webbing that was going on. I love his suit. It made sense when Tony goes into his room like, this is you need to upgrade, son, and he upgrades him because Peter was still he was working on the eyes, and then Tony just really gave him the kind of the eyes, and it works in the film. It goes from small, big, like it works in the film. Another thing that I really really loved was. I really liked Winter Soldier. Black Panther was awesome, especially when he was chasing after Winter Soldier. When the first time Winter Soldier was framed, that he blew up all that stuff. I thought that was cool. I love the suit of Black Panther as well. The dots connected from the trailer to here, it was made more sense of why these two factions are going at each other, especially with the Registration Act and stuff. The prison cell was pretty cool. I love how Cap at the end kind of broke them out. I love how they're in Wakanda. Oh, Wakanda's gonna be awesome. I want to see more Black Panther. That's what I want to see. There's so many things in here that I absolutely love. That's why I say it's like up there with Winter Soldier. It's like I liked it as much as Winter Soldier. Winter Soldier is more of a different kind of route to it. It deals with more of Hydra. This is not the case. It deals with more of what's surrounded with the events that happen, especially the destruction of New York and Slovakia. And the Slovakia plays a big part because Daniel Bromer, who plays Zumo or whatever his name is, his motivation is the same as Lex Luthor, except he had a little personal motivation where his family died, and he wanted Tony and Cap to kill each other. He wanted the heroes to kill each other. What they did to his family, it was basically Lex Luthor and Batman v Superman. No, he wanted two beings to fight each other, and but he had more of a personal reason, which I think you could relate to more. But he was kind of like pushed aside. I was kind of hoping we would get a little bit more of a villain in here. I didn't really like Agent 13 as well. It's just something I just didn't really feel her. Oh, there was one scene though in the film where they have Bucky in the back seat. They're meeting up with Agent 13, Cap, and Falcon and Bucky are waiting in the car. Bucky's right behind Falcon, and Bucky's like, "Oh, can you move your seat a little bit?" And Falcon goes, "No." It's like, that was hilarious. And then Bucky moves to the middle. Marvel knows how to have fun and yet be serious at the same time. If anything I have to knock Marvel for is it could be a little bit more serious, especially in a Civil War. We could have had a little bit more death. I think that's what I really wanted to get into right now in the spoilers, is that Rhodey should have died. Rhodey does not die in this film. He gets badly injured, but I think Rhodey should die. And I hope Thanos, when he comes in, I hope he kills motherfuckers, because people need to die in the Marvel Universe. It just needs to happen. You need a little bit. I'm not saying it needs to go super dark like what Batman v Superman is doing, because Marvel's not like that. But you need to have a little bit of, consequence. You need a little bit like what great power comes with great responsibility, which I was hoping that Peter would deliver that line to Tony and why he was doing all that, but he doesn't. I don't agree with that decision that they didn't at least put that in there, maybe for a solo film. But I feel like Civil War should have had deaths in it, and I think we did have, of course, Black Panther's father dying, but we didn't really know that character. I think Avengers should have died. I'm sure we're going to get... Cap doesn't die in the film, as people thought he was going to, but he doesn't die, which I'm absolutely happy about. I didn't want Cap to die. I kind of want to see Tony bite the dust, but he doesn't bite the dust either, so that's cool either. Either way, I don't mind those two living on and going and do more films, especially with Iron Man being in Spider-Man Homecoming. Or Tony being Homecoming. Pepper Potts. What's the deal with Pepper Potts? Like, what is going on there in that relationship? Cap even says that, Tony, I don't want you to go to that mansion where, all alone after all this. I know you're mad at me. What is with that? I did like, however, Tony's finding out that Bucky killed his parents, and Daniel bringing that to fruition to Tony, and he wanted to kill Winter Soldier, but that didn't happen. Bucky wanted to kill Bucky, but that didn't happen. Bucky's arm just completely disintegrates. It was awesome. But I like that aspect too, that they showcases his parents dying, and he really sees it. I like that as well. A lot of things I really, really like. There's a lot of characters in here. I think they were well balanced. Like I said, I think there should have been a death among them to really push that envelope, but they didn't do that. A lot of great witty humor, but it fit in the right times. I really like Scarlet Witch's like battle of her trying to do the right thing but doesn't, especially with the Crossbones fight in the very beginning of this film, which was awesome. I really like Crossbones' suit. I really like that fight between him and Cap. It's just a shame that they killed him off already. I was like, what? Why? We had that death, but I'm asking for like an Avengers death. I'm asking for something like really, really gritty, really something like where it's going to hit home. Not like Quicksilver, because he's like hardly in that movie. So somebody that we followed for quite a bit of time. So I liked how they did address Hulk and saying like, Caps or Tony's like, oh, where the big guy is, and Black Widow had something with him. He's like, oh shit, I don't know what the motherfucker is. And he want to be on who? You think he'd be on your side? No. I liked how they addressed Thor. Like, where Thor is? Nobody has his cell phone number. Exactly. But overall, it was such a great, entertaining, fun film, but yet a very good, gritty, serious, realistic action sequences and tone. Like it really felt like a thriller. It felt like a thriller. It felt like an action movie. It felt like a comedy. It had a lot of tones that really, really, really worked. It was a very long film, I gotta say. The villain's plan was something we've seen before, of course, but just executed a little bit better. But honestly, I would have liked to see the Red Skull in here. That would be so badass. I felt like Martin Freeman's character was not very utilized in this film at all as well. But an Agent 13 is whatever to me. But overall, a lot of things work in this film to make it one of the best Marvel films you're going to see. And if you're excited to see Spider-Man, you're excited to see Spider-Man. This movie just nailed Spider-Man. This movie nailed a lot of things. And I've got to give kudos to Russo brothers. I can't wait to see what their Infinity Wars is all about. But I want the Russo brothers to really, really have death in mind, because that's what Thanos is all about. He loves death. He loves death. So give some of that love to Thanos, and love the film. So thank you guys for listening. I'm Dan Maggie Dan Son. This was Think About It Reviews. You can always find more videos on my channel. I have everything. Anime, film, TV, you name it. Fear the Walking Dead. I should be watching that right now. Like the video if you like it, and comment below. And I will see you guys later. And, oh man, just a fantastic film. I'm going to go watch this like 5 more times. I'm going to go watch Guardians again too. So, like I always say, guys, grab a seat. Make sure you got some good popcorn to eat. I'll see you at the cinema.